Stop living your life like you're immortal. Here are the 10 brutal truths no one tells you until it's too late. You're spending hours scrolling through social media, working at a job you hate, and putting off what actually matters because you think there's always tomorrow. Spoiler alert, there isn't. Your life is a finite resource, and most people waste it chasing things that won't matter on their deathbed. But it doesn't have to be this way. In the next few minutes, I'll break down the 10 brutal truths about life that will shake you out of your comfort zone and show you exactly how to stop postponing your authentic life. These aren't feel-good platitudes. They're practical wake-up calls distilled from decades of wisdom in life-changing books and deathbed confessions. In just minutes, you'll gain insights that took others a lifetime to learn, potentially saving you years of misdirected energy and a wasted life. These are solutions you can implement today, not someday. Brutal truth number 1. Most people die with significant regrets. The most common regret of the dying isn't failing to get that promotion or buy that car. It's not having the courage to live true to themselves. As Grace cried on her deathbed, "Why didn't I just do what I wanted?" The top 5 regrets of the dying are crystal clear. Not living true to themselves, working too hard, not expressing feelings, losing touch with friends, and not allowing themselves happiness. But hey, at least they got those extra TPS reports done, right? Here's what you can do instead. Write your own eulogy. Seriously, what would you want people to say about your life? Then ask yourself, if I loved myself truly and deeply, what would I do? This question cuts through the noise and shifts you from reactive to proactive living. Finally, make 2 lists: what you're good at and what you love doing. Where they overlap is your path to a regret-free life. Brutal truth number 2. Time is your only non-renewable resource. Let's get brutally honest. The average American has less than 30,000 days of life. Unlike money, skills, or relationships, you cannot earn back a single one of those days once it's spent. You can lose your fortune and rebuild it, but that Tuesday you wasted 5 years ago, gone forever, my friend. Try these powerful visualization tools. First, the bird on your shoulder exercise from Buddhist tradition. Imagine a bird that asks you daily, "Is today one of your 30,000 days well spent? Are you ready if it's your last?" Second, create a life in weeks calendar like Tim Urban suggests. Draw a grid of 4,680 boxes, 90 years times 52 weeks, and shade in every week you've already lived. The visual impact is stunning and immediate. Then create a time budget, just like a financial one. Identify your time leaks, those activities that drain your limited supply without giving value in return. Every time you say, "I'll do it someday," look at those remaining empty boxes on your life calendar. How many of your 30,000 days are you willing to waste? Brutal truth number 3. You will die, but most people live as if they won't. Most people intellectually know they'll die, but emotionally act as if they've got forever. Viktor Frankl nailed it. The transitoriness of our existence in no way makes it meaningless, but it does constitute our responsibleness. When was the last time you made a decision with your mortality in mind? Instead of avoiding thoughts of death, use it as a compass. When facing important decisions, ask yourself, how would I choose if I knew I had only a year to live? Try the samurai technique of meditating on death daily, something these ancient warriors practiced each morning before battle. They didn't do this from a morbid perspective, but as a clarity tool that reveals there is one thing that is real, and that is death, while showing that safety is an illusion. This daily practice helped eliminate their fear and brought sharp focus to living fully in each moment. Profound shifts happen when you realize that each moment you live, you step toward death. This awareness doesn't darken life. It illuminates what actually matters. Brutal truth number 4. Most people waste life on things that don't actually matter. People spend decades chasing what Mark Manson calls shitty values, pleasure-seeking, material success, always being right, and staying positive at all costs. Because nothing says life well lived like a garage full of stuff you never use and Instagram photos nobody remembers. At death's door, no one wishes they had more possessions or social media likes. They wish they had been more authentic and loving. The solution? Choose better values to give a fuck about. Adopt values that are reality-based, socially constructive, and immediately controllable by you. Simplify your life by asking, does this possession, commitment, or relationship truly add value? Or is it just clutter? Remember Charlie's mantra, keep it simple. When you cut the noise, you can hear what matters. Brutal truth number 5. Your fear is a compass pointing toward growth. Kamal Ravikant's brilliant metaphor reveals how we waste years avoiding imaginary dangers. How many opportunities have you missed because of fear? Stephen Levine notes that the fear of suffering is worse than the suffering itself. So you're basically suffering to avoid suffering. Genius plan, right? Try recognizing fears as hallucinated snakes, illusions that appear real but have no substance. A schizophrenic could distinguish real snakes from hallucinated ones because hallucinated snakes are see-through. When fear arises, don't fight it. That just makes them stronger and more persistent. Instead, soften around it, examine its physical patterns, and allow it to float in awareness. Make it a practice to step through one fear daily, using it as a compass pointing toward growth. Brutal truth number 6. Happiness is a choice, not a result. Most people waste their lives waiting for circumstances to make them happy. As Bronnie Ware explained to Rosemary on her deathbed, happiness comes from focusing on the positive stuff as a deliberate practice. How many joyful moments have you postponed until after some future achievement? Happiness isn't something you chase, it's something you choose daily. Start each morning with the intention to notice positive aspects of your experience. Create a gratitude journal to record daily blessings. Even during difficult times, acknowledge small gifts like clean water or a bird's song. Remember Rosemary's tragic regret. I wish I had let myself be happier. As it turns out, it really is our own choice. Brutal truth number 7. Most people surrender their authenticity for social approval. The pressure to conform causes countless people to abandon their true desires and values. As Grace tearfully admitted, I wish I'd had the courage to live a life true to myself, not the life others expected of me. Congratulations on your socially acceptable, thoroughly mediocre, completely forgettable life. Try this instead. Make choices from love rather than fear. When facing any decision, ask if it's motivated by love or fear. Then, make it love, always. Practice vulnerability by sharing your authentic self, starting with smaller disclosures with trusted people. Define yourself in simple, ordinary ways rather than grandiose ones. Ironically, embracing your ordinariness frees you to be extraordinarily authentic. Brutal truth number 8. You become what you give your attention to. Your attention is your most precious resource, yet most people squander it on negativity, distractions, and mind-wandering. As Eckhart Tolle explains, we waste life being trapped in compulsive thinking, living in past regrets or future anxieties rather than experiencing the present moment where life actually exists. Where has your mind been for the past hour, the past day, the past year? The solution? Focus ruthlessly on the present moment. Regularly ask yourself, what's happening right now, in this moment? Try Kamal's mental loop exercise. Simply repeat, I love myself, throughout the day. When negative thought patterns emerge, return to this mantra. What you focus on expands, whether that's problems or possibilities. Your choice determines your experience of life itself. Brutal truth number 9. No one ever feels completely ready for important changes. Waiting for perfect certainty before making important changes guarantees a life of regret. Anthony's story shows how becoming a product of our environment leads to unfulfilled potential when we don't challenge ourselves. Sure, keep waiting for that magical day when you feel 100% ready. It's coming right after unicorns become real. Try the do something principle instead. Action comes first, then motivation. Do anything, even poorly, rather than nothing perfectly. Take leaps of faith by setting clear intentions, taking available actions, then trusting the process. Ask yourself these 3 questions when stuck. What if I'm wrong? What would it mean if I were wrong? And would being wrong create a better or worse problem? Brutal truth number 10. You'll be forgotten sooner than you think. Here's a humbling reality check. Most people are completely forgotten within 1 to 2 generations after death. We massively overestimate our lasting impact and importance in the world's memory. Those Instagram followers you're obsessing over, they won't be visiting your grave, let alone remembering your name in 50 years. Instead of chasing fame, focus on caring about something greater than yourself. Identify causes or communities where you can contribute meaningfully. Consider what Mark Manson calls the hurricanes you'll leave in your wake, the butterfly effect of your existence that continues long after you're forgotten. Express love and gratitude directly while people can still hear it. Don't wait for perfect moments. Tell someone you love them today, because the truth is, your name may be forgotten, but the ripples of your love and contribution can echo for generations. These brutal truths aren't meant to depress, but to awaken. As Maury Schwartz said, once you learn how to die, you learn how to live. It's time to take action. Download the free Action Starter Guide to master these life-changing principles and transform your remaining days. Your future self will thank you.